Hello and welcome to ESAT. I am Ngudu Wolde with the news. Ethiopia's regiment commander in Somalia, Colonel Gebrexiaber Al-Mseged, also known as Gabre Dilla, has been arrested. He was also a former political advisor for the Secretary General of the Intergovernmental Authority on Development, EGAD. He was reportedly sacked from his EGAD position last June. The colonel is accused of human rights abuses in the Somali region of Ethiopia and alleged to have coordinated the recent deadly violence in the regional capital, Jijjiga. TPLF's point man in Mogadishu for years, Colonel Gebrexiaber, or General Gebre, as he is known among the Somalis, is also accused of arms sales to rival factions in Somalia and illegal trade in the region. TPLF's army commanders in Somalia have been accused of corruption and loss of civilian lives since they set their boots on Somali soil in 2006 as part of the AMISOM, that is the African Union Mission in Somalia. A former federal police commissioner and deputy head at the country's Information Network Security Agency was also arrested outside the capital, Addis Ababa. Authorities were hunting for Yared Zarihun for the last 2 days. He is suspected of a range of human rights abuses while he was in the aforementioned positions. Mr. Zarihun was hiding in a hotel in Dukam, also known as Debre Zeit, for the last 2 days. Police said Yared Zarihun was arrested while he was planning to escape to Kenya. Meanwhile, information reaching ESAT show authorities in Addis Ababa are looking for 2 generals on suspicion of corruption and human rights abuses. They are General Abraham Oldemariam, nicknamed Quarter, and a former Minister d'Etat for the country's defense ministry, Major General Birhanu Nagash. ESA sources said Major General Birhanu Nagash has fled to his hometown Mekelle, the capital of Tigray region. In related news, a court in Addis Ababa has denied a request by Major General Kunfe Danyo for a public defender, claiming that he could not afford to hire one. Kunfe Danyo, who led the country's military engineering and industrial complex for 8 years, was arrested in Ethiopia's border town of Humera on Tuesday as he tried to flee the country. Police told the court that Danyo had the financial capacity to hire an attorney. The government alleged that Kunfe Danyo and other managers were responsible for the embezzlement of millions of dollars, nepotism, favoritism, and mismanagement of the country's military industrial complex, the Metals and Engineering Corporation, METEC for short. Major General Danyo was the CEO of METEC, an industrial complex at the center of Ethiopia's corruption scandal, until his sudden resignation in last April. Ethiopia should not be a country where some steal in millions of dollars while others scavenge for food in dumpsters, Ethiopia's Prime Minister said in his written statement today. Dr. Abiy Ahmed has vowed that his government would continue crackdown on officials suspected of corruption and human rights abuses. Scores of army generals and government officials have been arrested while a search were underway to arrest more suspects. In a statement issued today, the Prime Minister likened corruption in the country to cancer, which he said requires an all-out fight by all citizens to root out the pandemic problem. In a statement titled, "Let's Fight Cancer Together," Dr. Ahmed said those officials arrested on suspicion of corruption and violations of human rights would be brought to justice. Justice said they had denied the public while they were in power. He said it was the duty and responsibility of his government to catch thieves, scoundrels, and rights violators wherever they are and bring them to justice. Ahmed called on the public to join him in the fight against corruption and human rights abuses. Darartu Tulu, the first black African woman to win an Olympic gold medal, has been appointed as interim president of Ethiopia's Athletics Federation, replacing legendary athlete Haile Gebrselassie. According to a report by the BBC, his unexpected resignation on Monday came after protests over poor training facilities in Oromia region, home of the many Ethiopian notable athletes. He had campaigned vigorously over the last 2 years to bring change, saying the federation should be allowed to be led by sports personalities. but recently he said that his presidency had been undermined, preventing him from enforcing some of the federation's law and regulations. Some in the athletics community are concerned that his resignation would be damaging for Ethiopian athletics. The BBC report said Haile had nominated Derartu as his replacement, and the Federation's executive committee appointed her as interim president until an urgent Congress meeting can be held in the coming months. That ends the news. Thanks for watching.